after Utah?
We had a good practice Wednesday. We took yesterday off, and now we're coming back to work today. So need to have 2 good days, get ready for San Francisco, and a lot of areas to work on.
Just the process, or is that for Mike? I mean, your areas working. We just figure. I mean, it's going to take until late December. I mean, you're not thinking it would happen now, or kind of some magic point.
No, we plan on improving through February into March. Our goal is to get better every game out, and we've got to take some big strides now. And then hopefully continue to take steps throughout the season. But the big strides really need to happen over the course of the next month.
Pac-12 always say kind of the time you look at that you want to have the big things out of the way and just kind of working on the fine-tuning at that point?
Absolutely. It's a critical month for us. We've got finals coming up for the quarter, and then we have some time where we just can focus in on basketball for a few weeks. But it's December's always a critical month, making a lot of progress, getting things where you're able to execute some possessions offensively and defensively with greater purpose, and I think that's critical for this team. We're doing some things well, but our attention to detail has to improve dramatically here in the next month.
You stress defense a lot. Does this game against San Francisco, is that a big opportunity? They put up some points.
Wow, they can really score, and they got a lot of guys who can score. So scouting report's going to be really important. All their starters can shoot threes, which is going to pull Wave and Rich, out away from the basket a lot. They're averaging over 90 points a game, and any one of their guys can explode. They had a young man hit 7 of 12 threes, the other night. So a lot of guys with the potential to get 20-plus points in a ball game, and it's going to definitely put pressure on all our guys, to guard. We haven't faced a team that has this many offensive weapons, this many guys that can score baskets.
Go ahead.
Get back to you felt the same areas that you guys talked about after defensively, maybe a little stagnant on offense for those that stood out and watching that?
Yes, the ball movement wasn't what it needed to be offensively. We settled for some shots. Defensively, a lot of mistakes, just communication type mistakes. So, it gave us a lot to work on.
The Robinson twins said this week they had talked with you and you'd said they could come try. Are you looking at the possibility of maybe adding 3 football players after the season?
Well, that's totally up to them and Mark. Mark and I have talked about it previously, and we'll continue to talk about it. I want to do what's best for, first of all, those 3 young men, but our basketball team also. Last year, Eric came in and did a tremendous job for us in practice. And I just want to make sure that we do what's best for those guys for the future, for football and for our basketball team. They want to play hoops, and they're all 3 good hoops players. But we do practice October, November, December. Those guys got to realize we're doing something for 3 months, and they are behind, and it's tough.
They said they could come in and help with fast break defense. They thought they can bring
Tyree and Tyrell are both really exceptional athletes, really good defenders. But they have a commitment to the football team and to their academic preparation, and Mark and I'll sit down and with the fellas and decide what's best for everyone.
Can you confirm the signing? Have you signed before you wanted, or
yes?
You haven't announced it yet?
Yeah, we signed. Announcing everything, it doesn't really make much sense. It's been out there, but we have signed 4 prospects. Yes.
So Ray and KEZI and Benjamin and Chandler.
Yep.
What's your thought on the class?
Well, we're excited about it. I like their athleticism. We obviously needed some size, and Ray and Mike give us that. And Dwayne is versatile, can play a few spots. We're losing Johnny and Jason, 2 really good ball handlers, so Casey's going to have to step in and help with the ball handling duties. So, they fill some holes. We still got some work to do, but, I like the group.
And a couple high school and a couple JUCO, so it kind of separates a little bit in terms of coming in.
Well, we're just trying to find people who can help us.
Yeah.
The landscape of college basketball has really changed with one and dones and transfers, and you try to find guys that, first of all, can help your basketball team, that will like Eugene, Oregon. You know, will fit in at the university, are able to compete in the classroom, and so you know, you're looking at a lot of different variables, but we are going to need some immediate help inside, and we think Michael can give us that. Ray can, you know, come along slowly but surely. Dwayne gives us instant punch, and KEZI's going to have to be ready to play a little bit. So, you know, we like the class, you know, and we think they can all step in and fill a hole that will be created from the loss of this year's group.
Do you envision you got one more scholarship left? You'll use it maybe in the spring, or?
Oh heck, I don't know.
Left?
We'll you know, we'll take a look and see what's available, and you know, it's a long season, and a lot of things can happen. So you've got to be prepared, you know. And Tony Stubblefield's done a great job of keeping us prepared and keeping our name in a lot of different circles, and so we've just got to be prepared.
Does Jordan Bell still factor into?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Could he be back this year? Could he be back for the next term? Do you know?
I don't know what I can say and can't say on that. So I just.
Do you think that the last game was good for Dot, getting more of his game legs back under him, getting him into a rhythm?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
For Dot last game?
Oh, Dot? You know, Dot's just trying too hard. Dot, you know, he's trying to score 20 points on every shot. You know, we got to get him to relax. You know, he's worked so hard in practice, and you know, then he was out a little bit, you know, with an injury, and now he's just trying too hard. He just needs to relax. He's a good player. We all saw that last year. We've all seen it in practice this year. But in a game, he's just trying way too hard. And players get it. You know, players do that. You know, they put expectations on themselves, and there's way too much importance on scoring baskets rather than playing the entire game, and by you guys and by everybody. And so, you know, he's just got to relax and play.
Is that a concern at all when you bring in a bunch of new pieces, guys that were scorers on their other teams? People have to kind of put that aside.
They all got to blend together. It's you know, you bring in high school guys, they all have scored, you know, 20 points for their teams, and you know, you just got to be around good players, and hopefully we have good players here that every year that you're going to have to mix match, and you have to compete in practice. You know, it's the only way you get better is compete in practice. If you don't have good players, it's pretty hard to get better.
Is it similar to EJ for Dot last year? How EJ kind of felt like maybe he had to carry a bigger load?
Yeah, I thought, you know, EJ had the problem with the tendonitis to start the year and missed a lot. And, you know, and EJ, you know, you can't fault. He wanted the team to do well, and he thought he needed to do, you know, carry the load. And I thought he put way too much pressure on himself also. So those two young men have a lot of great qualities, and one of them sometimes maybe caring too much about the team and wanting to do too well. So they just need to relax and play.